It's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday, and it's time for...
Craig, my name's Magic Movie Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
And you're all branded up with Ryland the Kid Magician. Brand new top. Bought black tops. You've worn red and blue, but now you're wearing black.
We're gonna get green,
Might have something to do with the fact that you're going to be using a lot of invisible thread on stage.
Green.
You want green?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can't use the dancing game when using green.
I know. First half.
Anyway, welcome back to the the Craig and Ryland View Show, right here on
Magic TV.
And we are here with 5 new tricks, 5 tricks this week, one of which is terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, again.
Distracting. We'll get to that in a bit. Not very good. But we've got 5 new tricks, and we're going to be, as normal, performing every single trick and telling you exactly what we think. And we're going to be talking right away. The first trick is by one of our favourite magicians, one of our creators in magic, one of our favourite creators in magic, David Jonathan. Let's have a look at this one first.
Okay, so we have Colour Sync by David Jonathan.
And P3.
P3.
Penguin Magic. It's another Penguin Magic box. Yep. It's really nice.
Really nice with the rainbow.
Love it. Now, Colour Sync is...
These are the colours that you get. You get the yellow, the green, the red, the purple, and the blue.
You do indeed. Now, Colour Sync is actually an ESP matchup style routine.
Yes.
But instead of using ESP symbols...
We're using colours.
Using colours. Full coloured cards, which is a really smart idea. Yeah, let's have a look at...
So the colour cards look like this. We'll show you the performance.
All right, boss.
Okay, so I'm going to show my dad a trick. Dad, I've got 5 black cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, all different colours. Now I've also got 5 white cards. I'll show you here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 white cards. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you can see that all different colours once again.
Yeah.
You can see, yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up these cards here like something like that. Like that. Like that. You get the idea?
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to put these mix up as well. Like that. Like that. 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 Okay, you get the idea?
Okay, yeah.
So, I'm going to lay my white cards out. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where do you want this one to go?
Number 3.
Number 3, there, this one.
Number 1.
Number 1, this one.
Number 5.
This one.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay, so we got this here.
Yeah.
Now, would you believe that this right here, would you believe if I snap, you actually found a green and a green just like that? How cool is that?
That's really good.
Green and green, like that. Look, we'll check this one now. What's this one? We have a yellow and a yellow like that.
No way.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
This one.
I didn't get that one as well, did I?
Let's hope so. We got a red and a red.
That's amazing.
Like that. This one.
No way.
We got, these two could be swatched around, but we got pink and a pink.
Perfect.
Which means these two have to be the right ones with blue and blue. Look at that.
So that's Colour Sync. That was a great performance, right?
Yeah.
Colour Sync by David Jonathan. Like I said before, I love the fact... David points this out in the tutorial, but with ESP cards, you know, you can't see the full face of the cards, but with these you can. So it's so vibrant. Now, I should point out to you, the performance that Ryland did just there was actually one of the bonus handlings. It was actually the table performance. I know when you watched the tutorial, you actually preferred the table performance, didn't you, out of all of them? The one that's in the tutorial that David performs the most is kind of more of the walk-around handling, which is absolutely fine. There's very little difference. I actually lean towards the table handling as well, if you're using a table, because it feels so fair. You just put the 5 cards on the table, you get them to put their 5 cards wherever they want to, and you just show they match. Having said that, the walk-around handling is really fair as well, isn't it? Like, they mix up their cards, you mix up their cards, they pair them up however they want to, and I do like that display when you bring your hands up and you just show that everything is paired up. I do like that, but I actually prefer the moment where you're turning over each pair with the table handling. It's totally up to you. Let's talk about what we love about this. First of all, it's an immediate reset.
Yes.
As soon as you've done the trick, it resets itself ready to be done again, which is amazing. Second of all, the cards are very well made. They're going to last a long time. The colours that David has picked for this particular trick really pop out. It's the sort of thing that you could see even if you're performing outside in the dark or in a darkened nightclub or somewhere like that. They are very, very visible. Third of all, how easy is it?
Very easy.
I mean, you watched how it was done and like within seconds got it. And it's a very interesting method as well. What I really like is they pair up the cards however they want to, and there really is no force. It's not like other methods of ESP matchups where it's like, okay, if they do this, do this, if they do this, do that. It's not like that at all. They literally can pair them up however they want to. There's no force. And immediately, with no displacements, normally you have displacements in this type of routine. I published a version of something like this on a product to put out through Alakazam called Playlist. And there's a displacement in there. When you do the moment where you're doing the matchup, there's a displacement. There's no displacement. You literally just take the cards and you just show that they've matched up. It is that clean. It is that direct. There's live performances, which is great.
Yep.
The tutorial is very well shot. David goes through everything in the P3 Magic Theatre with a fine-tooth comb. David's one of the best teachers of magic on the market as far as I'm concerned, and he does a great job here. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing to really not like about this. It's a very, very strong release. I think it's one of David's best tricks. It's probably not his best one. I still say that his Snaps deck is the best thing that he's ever put out.
What's that?
You know, the one with the photos, and the photos have like the hidden letters and numbers in them.
Yeah.
You did it on Thea, and you spelt out Thea, and she freaked out.
Oh yeah.
I think that's still the best thing that he's ever done. But I think that
Is that the one that I used with the 5-letter word?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the alpha deck.
Well, it's not an alpha deck, but it's pictures. And,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the pictures.
It's over there,
Yeah,
Snaps
the
deck.
pictures.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
pictures.
They're
Yeah,
the pictures.
I remember. They spelled out the letters.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
But having said that, this is a worker's dream. It's instantly reset. There's no table required. There's no angles. It's easy to do. It packs small. It plays big. It's just really strong. It's really strong. There's nothing to not like about this. Typical David Jonathan thinking. One thing that David Jonathan does really well is takes routines and concepts.
Yeah, he does.
And he makes them a lot easier.
Yeah.
He makes them easier. He makes it so simple and direct.
Sometimes.
Like I do, yeah. But
Sometimes
I can kind of overcomplicate things
like
as well.
Size
Sometimes
7's deck.
that's simple.
Maths.
I don't have a problem with the
You.
maths.
Not me, but I'm on about other people.
Fair enough. I don't know how you got Size Stebbins into this, but whatever. I don't know how you. We're reviewing Colour Sync, not talking about the limitations of my products, Ryland. Yes, I love this. Apparently, Ryland thinks it's better than anything that his dad's put out. Is it better than anything I've put out?
I don't know.
Yeah, he said, I don't know means yes. Well done, David. Ryland thinks that, there's a quote for the box, Ryland thinks this is better than anything that Craig Petty has put out. I do as well. I think this is amazing. I'm going to give this 100%. This is 100% going into my act. He's got one, I've got one. I ordered two because I know I'd love it. So this is yours. I've got one up at the house. I'm giving it 100%. What about you?
Colour Sync? Yeah, 100%.
100%. So now we're going to go from something brilliant to something absolutely terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Peter Eggink. Okay, so Peter Eggink is back. Peter Eggink presents Change by, which is Card to Money. That's it, card, numerical to money, card to money. And it's by Armanajamiam Abir. And it's Peter Eggink presents Change. It's nice to see that Peter's been varying up his performing locations. Normally he spends 15 minutes in his back garden going through the tricks, but in this one he's standing in front of a wall full of graffiti. So he's going all ghetto on this one. What it is it's a change of a playing card into a $20 bill.
Yes.
That's basically what you have here. It's a change of a playing card into a bill, $20 bill in this case. Now, that's precisely what the trick is. I'm going to get Ryland to do a performance of it so you can see exactly what it looks like. And then we'll talk about what we think.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got a card here, as you can see. I've got a card here. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to watch closely because I'll soon be going to America. And, well, if you're going to America, you need some American money. So what I can do is I can actually turn cards into money just like that. And that is just awesome.
So you made that look as good as it could do. Now, obviously, your hands are quite small, but still, I mean, right, here's this. So Peter's done it quite well recently. You know, Portal wasn't too bad. We gave that a decent review. Ringhole was okay. We gave that a decent review. We said there were things that we liked and things that we didn't like. He was back on the track towards, back to where it was in the past, yeah. And then this comes out, and this is just truly diabolical. First of all, this is a classic example, in my opinion, before we even talk about the quality of the gimmick or lack thereof. This is a classic example of solving a problem that doesn't exist. You said to me, when I told you what this was a couple of days ago, it was on the way to school, wasn't it? I was like, oh, we got Peter Eggink trick, and you were walking to school, and I said what it was, and you were like, well, you can do that without a gimmick. And that's the thing. You can do this exact... Yes, you can't take a playing card and turn it into a bill with a shake like that, but you can turn a playing card into a bill in many, many different ways, using sleight of hand or not using sleight of hand. So if you're going to bring something like this to the market...
I bet I could do it right now.
I know you could. I know you could. So could I. I could probably come up with 10 methods and you could come up with 10. The thing is...
Actually, if you know you can palm a card.
Yeah?
You know you can palm a card. I've figured out a way. I'll have to do it with like bridge size cards, but you could do it with normal cards that you could shape the card and it turns into a $20 bill.
Really?
Without any gimmicks.
Well, after the review show, you can show me. Show me a method. But
I have to use like miniature cards.
That's fine. You've got tiny little baby hands.
Boy.
Sorry. Right, so if you're going to bring something like this to the market, the first thing you've got to do is have something truly spectacular. Now, the problem is, so first of all, and I didn't get this from the ad copy at all, you have to use a $20 bill because the gimmick is set up
as a
$20 bill, and he doesn't
tell...
£5.
No.
Well, it wouldn't work with £5 or £10 or euros because they're the wrong size. It has to be dollar bills, and it has to be a $20 bill because the gimmick is made to be a $20 bill and you can't change it. Now you get a fake $20 bill with it. He talks about how you can use a real $20 bill if you want to, but if you're going to do that, you're going to have to trim the $20 bill down because the fake 20 that comes with it is trimmed down in order to fit inside the gimmick. I say fit inside the gimmick. When we talk about the gimmick, when you show this playing card, honestly, I don't know if this showed up on camera. We spent ages. I mean, it's only a 15...
You were filming that trick. I was behind camera, like trying to line it all up, and it's just impossible.
Yeah, you follow his instructions on his 15-minute tutorial, and you go through what it is that he's trying to say, and we've set it up correctly. We watched it back about 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, the gimmick does say there.
Yeah.
It does match the $20 bill at least.
Yeah, it does. Put it back over there. Yeah, so like we watched this back over and over again. When it's set up, it just doesn't look like a playing card.
Do you want me to say
I was showing this, no, because they just saw the performance, but I was doing this in the office because I said to I said to Michael and Jack, I said, this might make a good thing for Instagram, might make a good thing for a YouTube Shorts. Let me show it you. And Michael filmed it, and he's like, that just looked terrible. It didn't look like a playing card at all. It looked nothing like a playing card. And you can see little bits of bill sticking out over it. And then the other problem is, and Michael pointed this out, who's not a magician, but films, he's one of the videographers in the office. When you do the change to the bill, the problem is, and I don't know if this showed up on camera, you can kind of see that like part of the bill is not papery and part is. And that just makes it look even more suspicious. And it just doesn't look very good at all. It really doesn't. And then when you steal this part out, you're stealing the gimmick off the bill at precisely the wrong moment. And Peter doesn't give you any advice for this. He doesn't say, hey, this is the best time to steal it. He's just like, right, when you've done the change, steal the gimmick as you do that. But anybody who's been in Magic for more than 0.2 seconds will know that that's not the right time to use the gimmick, to steal a gimmick into your hand. It's really not. The whole thing is convoluted. The whole thing is a complete hot mess. And honestly, it's the equivalent of swatting a fly with a sledgehammer. It's the equivalent of swatting a fly with a hand grenade. Because basically, what you have here is this incredibly complicated gimmick with multiple moving parts in order to achieve something that you can do very, very simply without a gimmick. This is a cash grab. That's all this is. It is a complete and total cash grab. This serves no purpose. in the magic marketplace at all. It is an absolute waste of time and effort and money. The amount they're charging towards this, it's daylight robbery. It really is. It's a terrible trick. What do you think of it?
Terrible.
It's just awful, isn't it? I mean, it's just... There's no redeeming qualities at all. It doesn't look like a playing card when you bring it out. There's no live performances on the project. No. You know, and again, I say to Peter Eggink, I don't think if he listens to these reviews, he probably doesn't. But if he does, for God's sake, man, do a live performance. If you stand by your product, stop sitting in your back garden or down the train station, down the disused train station where they graffitied all the walls, and actually go and show us this being performed in a real world environment. Show us that this can be done in the real world. Because frankly, I think you bring this out in front of anybody, then they will immediately have an idea of how this works. And unless they're standing 15 miles down the road and they are partially sighted and looking at the floor, I can't see how this would fool anyone. And it's not even the most impressive trick anyway. It's not like you offer any routining. It's not like you go, right, okay, so this is a method to turn a playing card into a bill. Now let's talk about what we can use this for. It's not like you even suggest how to put this into a deck to take it out, to make it organic. Like it's like, no, I've got a bit card, I'm going to turn it into a bill. He gives you a couple of extra bits and pieces, so you can turn it into I don't know, a couple of other, like a lottery thing, scratch card type thing.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple of other things that you can, you know, act like you can change it into, and you can update it around. But the bottom line is, it's terrible. No routine suggestions, no ideas of how you can use this, no tricks, no concepts, no nothing. It's just been half-assed. Someone's come up with a gimmick that looks okay when you look at it from the right light. It's like, oh, let's release that. Some idiot out there will buy it. Well, yeah, you're right. Some idiot will buy it. And maybe the money they spend on it will go towards paying your mortgage 1 month. But Peter, honestly, your reputation is suffering. And surely you should be proud of the stuff that you bring out. Are you really telling me, Peter, that you're proud of this absolute bag of crap? Because honestly, if you have, there is no hope for you. It gets minus a billion, million, quadrillion, billion, million, trillion, quintillion, billion, million, willion. I don't even think willion's a thing. Good luck putting that on the screen, Michael. That's what it's getting off me. Minus whatever the hell that was. What about you?
Same, whatever that was.
Same.
Whatever the hell that was.
Whatever it was, that's what it gets from us. It's just pathetic. Okay, so next up we have Purse, the multi-effect purse by... I think that's Mikel and Greco. It's by Vernet Magic. Now, this, I know that Colour Sync is awesome. We both love Colour Sync, 100%. But for me, this is Trick of the Week. Yeah. For me, this is Trick of the Week. What we have here is, can you get me the actual purse for me, please? And I don't think we're exposing anything by talking about thumb. I think that this is the sort of thing that you need to see the method in order to understand how good this is. Because I got this in, didn't realise how good it was. I mean, people that are going to be watching this know what a thumb tip is, okay? So don't worry about that. We're going to show you a performance in a minute. But what this does, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. This is going straight into my act. Like, I love this. What this is this is a little purse, right? That has a magnetic clasp on the front. And you can look at it from all sides and it looks perfectly normal. There's an opening at the back, right? Now, what this allows you to do is if you've got a thumb tip on, you can put this down or give it to somebody. They're not going to be able to see anything. What this allows you to do, we'll use that in a minute. What this allows you to do is have this given to somebody. They're not going to be able to find anything. You've got a thumb tip on your thumb. When you take it back and you come in and you open up the purse like this, the thumb tip is now on the inside of the purse.
Well, let's show them both performances.
Well, let's start with the first performance.
Okay,
so
the first performance.
I'm going to show you...
The one with this.
No. We're going to do the other one first. Okay, just let me write for a second, okay?
So we've got 5 pence.
So you're going to have a look at the first performance now. There's about a half an hour tutorial on this with a whole bunch of different things on there. One of the routines that are on there is a vanish of some small coins into a purse. Now, I've shown you the method. You'll understand how it works, but hopefully you'll realise just how clever this is. So let's have a look at that one first. Ryland, I have a little purse here. Can you see that? Inside... Have a guess what's in there?
Coins.
Correct. Well done. I'm about to show you the 5 coin trick. Do you know why it's called the 5 coin trick?
Because there's 5 coins.
Correct, there are 5 coins. You want to just first of all poke your finger around? There's nothing else in there, is there? No? Nothing else in there?
No.
Nope, very good. Close that up. Have a look at the 5 coins, check them out, make sure they're okay.
Are they all solid? Can you bend them? Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Let's try.
We good?
No, it's this one. This one.
Right, check this out.
Yep.
5 coin trick. This was coin number
1.
Very good. Interactive, this part of the trick is. This is coin number
2.
It builds so well, doesn't it? This is coin number
3.
You had to think about that for a minute, didn't you? This one is coin number
4.
And finally this one here is coin number
Bob.
Coin number 5. Squeeze my wrist. Watch this. All you have to do is wave your other hand over. Make the most magical noise that you know. That was amazing. So magical. Let go. Because you're not going to believe it. All 5 coins have vanished.
What?
But here's the thing. This purse has been here the whole time, hasn't it? Look, let me show you. Inside here now, we have the 5 coins. And you can check out everything. Okay, so do you see what I mean? You can literally, you can have this self-contained. So this thumb tip can be inside this purse. You can open up the purse. You can have them put their finger in and check it out, and you can steal out the thumb tip. You can put this down or give it into their hands, vanish the 5 pences, boom, they've gone. And just in the action of picking this up, and literally, it's just like that. As you open it up, it's gone to the inside, and you can tip out the 5 pences, and then you can steal the thumb tip out. And yes, there's a thing at the back, but you know, can it be examined? It can pretty much be examined. I mean, they're going to see that, but that's not really going to help them. But to be honest, I don't think anyone's going to want to examine this. The vanish is so clean because of the thumb tip. Now, think about what you can do with bills. Think about what you can do with the $100, the Klaus $100 bill switch. Think about what you can do with transpositions and vanishes to impossible objects and impossible locations. I'm going to show you another routine now, which is a very simple vanish of a £5 note, a borrowed £5 note into a purse, just to give you an idea of how you can actually use that as well. Okay, Ryland, I said that I needed to borrow £5. Have you got it?
Yes.
Very good. What I want you to do is take this pen.
Oh, I've got £6.
£6. Take this pen and write your name on the front of the £5 note if you
Will
can.
it still work?
What, the £5 note?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it will. Riley, your handwriting's getting way neater, you know. That's really good.
It's not, but whatever.
Okay. Now that makes that £5 unique. Even if there's a million £5 notes in the world, that's the only one with your name on it. Right? Now, we'll put that over there. This, by the way, is the purse of mystery.
The mystery purse.
Mystery purse. That goes right there. Watch the £5 note. Don't blink for a second. If you blink, you will miss it. The idea is that I take the £5 note, I fold it in half. That is half. Once I've folded it in half, I take it and fold it in half again. That puts it into quarters or fourths. If I fold it in half again, that puts it into the 2/8. And if I fold it in half again, that puts it into, well, it's really small at that point, right? Now watch, I'm going to pop it right here into my hand. Watch very carefully. It happens on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That is when the £5 note vanishes into nothing, which is a good trick if you've got another £5 note.
No, I've
Damn it.
got
Well, don't worry, I do have here, do you remember the purse of mystery?
Yes.
You're not going to believe this. Let me just open up the purse of mystery. Because when I open up the purse of mystery, you're not going to believe this, because inside there, if I reach in, you can see there's one thing and one thing only, and that is a folded up £5 note. Take that folded up £5 note, have a look at it. It can't be. Unfold it. Have a look. I'm excited. You're excited. Show it the camera. It's the one with Ryland's name on it. Okay, so that's an example of how you can actually use a £5 note, which is super clever. One of my favourite tricks with a thumb tip is Jay Sankey's fan mail. You've never seen it. He brings out 2 pieces of paper that he makes out of Tyvek, and he goes, "What's your name?" "John." "Oh my gosh, you're John. Nice to meet you, John. Can I have your autograph, please, John?" "Oh, amazing. Thank you very much." And I'm just going to put that nice and safely inside my my purse. He uses his pocket, but you could use a purse. You go, "Brilliant. Thanks, John. Actually, I'll give you my autograph as well." He says, "You know what? Let's do a magic trick." And he makes them change places. This would be perfect for this. Any sort of transposition, it'd be perfect for. Talking about transpositions, the other thing that you get inside here are 2 little keys.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't see those, did you? Because you never saw that part of the tutorial. So the idea with this is one of the keys goes here inside the little purse, right? And the other key, can you pass me one of those 5 pences? The other key is kind of here like this. So what you can do is you can borrow a 5p, borrow a coin or a ring, it's meant to be a ring, and open this up and tip out the key, and you have everything examined. And then you put this down here. Do you put this down? No, you put the key in there. So you get them to put the key in themselves. So you say, put the key inside the purse. So they put the key inside the purse. What are you doing? Just put the key in the purse. There you go. You get to put the key in the purse. And then you go, look, I'm going to put the 5p over here. Watch, if I squeeze that 5p, it turns into the key. And that can be a signed 5p. And you go, well, if that's there, check this out. Inside here is the 5p. And you can do a transposition. And, and then you just put this away. There's so much.
Are you going to use the keys?
Yeah, I'm going to do that routine. But I've got one of these for you as well.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I mean,
they're cool.
They are cool. So, I mean, that's what this is. That's what purse is. It's a utility gimmick that allows you to use a thumb tip, and you get
really cool.
You get 2 thumb tips with it.
Cool,
you get 2 thumb tips with it. You get a half an hour tutorial. Live performances, please note, creators of magic, there's live performances of every single trick, and as well as the live performances, there's explanations, there's a few different routines that they go through, including the key trick, the coin trick, routine, they even teach the $100 bill switch, and then and then you've got live performances, but honestly, you're going to be coming up with routines yourself. You're dissing me again, you're dissing my products again. I love this. I think this is brilliant. I'm giving this 100% as well. This takes no space. You can have it self-contained. You can have your thumb tip in there, and you can just put it in your pocket, and you're good to go. You can go into whatever routine you want to go into. 100% from me.
It is awesome. 100% from
me. 100% from Ryland. 100% from me.
This is awesome.
This is really good. Yeah. Let's move on. Okay, so next up we have from Gustavo Raley, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Gustavo Raley presents AcrobaTic, which is an original idea by Gustavo Raley. It is the acrobatic matchbox built into Tic Tacs. So the idea is that you bring out some Tic Tacs, you have 1 or 2 Tic Tacs in there, you make the Tic Tacs stand up like the acrobatic matchbox. Then what happens is the Tic Tac box opens, and one of the Tic Tacs floats out and floats into your hand. That's basically the effect. Now, we're going to have a look at a performance of Ryland doing it, and then after the performance, we'll talk about what we think.
Yeah.
So full disclosure, I love Gustavo's stuff. I think that he makes some amazing things.
He does.
Especially for social media. But also a lot of his stuff works real life.
Yeah.
I'm not too keen on this.
Neither am I.
It's a bit faffy compared to a lot of the other stuff he's done. You and I have been playing around with this for ages. We really struggled to make it look good. Ryland took about 20 or 30 takes in order to make that Tic Tac trick look, you know, where it looked. And I think that if you're a social media magician, this is fine because you can do take after take after take until you've got it perfect. But in the real world, I just don't think that this is reliable enough.
Did they have a live performance?
Yeah, they did actually, yeah. And maybe it's just you and me not being able to make it work. I mean, when you see the live performance, when you see Gustavo do it, he does a really good job of it. So, you know, maybe it's just us, I don't know. But you tried it, I tried it. We couldn't make it work reliably every single time. We've been trying it out for about a week or so now. We've held this review back because we kept trying it to make sure it was perfect. And we still can't work it. It works one out of 3 times, doesn't it? And 1 out of 3.
10.
1 out of 10.
We took 10 shots.
Yeah, and that's something that you can't have. Go. Start again. Hang on, Michael. Take 2. hang on, take 3. Take 4.
No, that works.
No. Right, try again, hang on. Whoa. Take 4. No, it's not good.
Just get stuck.
Just keep trying. This might take a couple of takes. Stop the tic-tacs at the top. It needs to look awesome.
Start it again.
It's fine.
Start it
You have to do it again. I'm joking, you don't get the taste like shaft.
Oh, that stinks.
Gimmicks are well made, it's a well thought out routine.
Yeah.
Nothing against Gustavo, he's a great creator, he's put live performances on there. It's a nice idea, it's something Gustavo's really good at, which is taking classics of magic and bringing them bang up to date. I just don't think that this is one of his best tricks. He's got a huge catalogue of tricks, some of them are good, some of them aren't so good, some of them are exceptional. This one for me missed the mark. I'm not going to do this. I don't even think you'll put it on your Instagram.
No.
That tells you something. I mean, he's constantly looking for material for his Instagram, and he said to me, I don't even think I'm going to put this on Instagram.
Not as good as your average Gustavo.
Yeah, Gustavo's normally brilliant, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I'd happily go over and shake his hand when I see him because I think he's amazing. This, however, missed the mark for me.
Yeah.
It might work for other people. I might have people turning around to me and saying, Craig, you're completely wrong, but this left me and Ryland cold. I'm going to give this 50%. It's not, unless I'm doing something massively wrong, which I don't think I am. I've watched the tutorial over and over again. Unless I'm doing something massively wrong, I just don't think this is workable. If you're a social media guy, this will work for you. This will look good. But for me, it's getting 50%. What about you?
Yeah.
50%?
Yeah.
You look very upset about this. 50% from Ryland, 50% from me. Got to be honest though, Ry. You got to say,
yeah.
I know you like Gustavo, but you got to be honest. If you don't like something, that's the job as a reviewer.
Yeah.
You look really upset about this. Are you okay?
Yeah.
50% from Ryland, 50% from me. Let's move on with the next trick. Okay, so finally we have Pro Diminishing Cards by Trevor Duffy's Magic Products. Now, Trevor Duffy is one of those guys that I've seen at magic conventions for years. He's really good. We have to thank Trevor Duffy for some amazing tricks over the years, including Phil Plus and Phil and routines like that. Trevor Duffy is a great guy, very well respected in the magic community, and this is his Pro Diminishing Cards. Now, basically, it's the diminishing card routine, but it's Trevor Duffy's handling and Trevor Duffy's gimmick. It comes with a live performance of Trevor Duffy doing this at a kid's party. Didn't even know Trevor did kids' parties, but you see his banner, his Tricky Trevor, and he's doing this trick, and the kids are reacting to it. They're loving it. And the first time you saw this, you were like, "Oh, that's so cute!" I think it just makes kids.
The little one.
It just makes kids. Don't, because you'll expose it.
I'm not,
It makes.
I wasn't even going.
Yeah, it makes kids really, really, really kind of. I can imagine this playing really well at a kids show. Yeah. Although having said that, I mean, let's be honest. Ben Hart, one of the best magicians in the world, went out on stage on Britain's Got Talent and killed a live audience with his version of Pro Diminishing Cards. Now, his version is different to Trevor's, but it just shows that you can do this on stage to thousands of people and get an incredible reaction. And that's why this is a classic of magic, and Trevor's handling is very good. Let's have a look at the performance. Now, full disclosure, I've never done diminishing cards before. I'm trying my absolute best. I've practiced this for a while. I think I'm doing it okay, but I reckon I could probably do it better with a bit more practice. But this is a performance of it in case you've never seen diminishing cards before. I'm going to show you something using some playing cards. There's probably a bit too many here, so I'll get rid of a few in a minute. But I'm going to show you something with some cards. A magician's always looking for the biggest way of doing something. They're always trying to make things bigger. I'm going to try this trick. I'm going to try and make things smaller. Okay? So I'm going to start with a small packet of cards. We won't need this. I'll put that away. We only need these. Now, you can see the cards right there, yeah? I'm going to see if I can make these cards smaller. If I squeeze, I can actually do exactly the opposite of what most magicians do. And I can make these cards teeny and tiny. Now, if you actually think about what the cards looked like beforehand, you can see that they're a lot smaller now. In fact, I have a little container here, and I will show you, look at the size of these cards now. They're a lot smaller, as you can see. Now, there's a rule in Magic, never repeat a trick, but I'm going to try and do that again. You see, if I just take these cards and squeeze them like this, I can make them smaller. And if you think about this, that's kind of weird, because do you remember the size of the cards that we had before? They were this size, and now they're this size. It's a lot smaller. Tell you, let me put that one right there. Now, this is the bit where most magicians would stop. I'm going to see if I can do it again. Look, if I just squeeze, I can make them smaller. Now they're even smaller. They're teeny, they're tiny. Now, remember how big these cards were beforehand. And now look at the size of them. They're teeny and tiny. And whenever I do this trick, people turn around to me and they say, Craig, there's no way you can make the cards smaller than that. And to those people, I say, hold my beer. Because if I just do this again, I can squeeze them and make them so super mega teeny that they are ridiculously small. I don't know how well you can see that, but let me compare this to what we had to start with. I mean, that's a lot smaller, right? In fact, look at the size of this. Now, the problem is, in fact, if I can take them out, they're so tiny. The problem with this is I can't get any smaller. Well, I can get them smaller, but it's a little bit like Ant-Man. If I get them any smaller, you're not going to see anything other than a speck of dust. And that is the diminishing cards. So there you go, that's the performance of it, and it's a fun routine.
Yeah.
Like I say, I can see this working really well for family shows. I can see this working really well for kids shows. I can see kids really reacting to this, but it'll also work in a big environment. The cards are very well made. They're going to last a long time. You get the little stand to put them in as well. Everything's well thought out. Trevor goes through lots of different ideas and handlings and concepts and different ways of doing it. It ticks the boxes. Live performance, really good tutorial, very well made gimmick, and it works. You know, it works as a trick. It really does work, and it looks really good. Nothing to really not like about it. It's not a close-up trick. It's a trick that you would do on stage. It's not something you would do close up. It has to be the sort of thing that would fit your character. But I think if you're a family entertainer especially, or a kids entertainer, and you're looking for something that maybe sets you apart from everybody else out there, this is a really good thing to go for. I don't think you would do this.
No.
Yeah, but I think you like it.
Yeah.
I didn't think that this is your style. This is not the sort of thing that you would do in your act. It is the sort of thing that I would have a crack at.
I might, because it's so cute, I think I might have the stand in my bedroom and just have a big one, a big one, a medium one, a little one, and even a littler one, and the baby one.
Yeah, and that visual where you've got them all lined up looks great. I'm going to give this 85%. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try it out in a couple.
79%.
79. You're not going to do it. Highest mark you can get on Magic TV. If you're not going to do it. Yeah, 79% from Ryland, 85% from me. It's a good trick. If you wanted to do the diminishing cards, this is a great way to do it.
Yep, that's another review show in the bag. That's another review show in the bag. That's another review show in the bag.
That is another review show in the bag right here on Magic TV. Yes. Thanks once again for joining us. We'll be back again next Wednesday with another review show right here on Magic TV. And in the meantime, if you want to join the Net Tricks, please go to, here we go,
www.thenettricks.cookies.
What he said. At this point, I don't care. So go and do that. And if you're on Instagram, go and follow Ryland on Instagram. He's on 15,000 followers, or just under 15,000. By the time this comes out, it'll be 15,000. You've just hit 1,000 followers on Facebook. So boom, congratulations to you.
Really?
Yeah, you have. So follow him on Facebook, follow him on YouTube, follow him on Instagram, and we'll be back next week with another review show. Thanks once again for joining us. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
We'll see you again. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
You smell.